Here we go. Stay, sit, stay. Hello everyone. Well, I got some exciting news about the Parkwest Arms SD-10 rifle that so many people have been concerned about because of my earlier inaccuracies with them. I've had some time to do a little bit of work and I've come up with some pretty cool potential here. Looking at 3 of them right there. I was shooting the Hammer 131 grain all copper bullets and getting MOA to 1.5 inches consistently. A lot of people thought that really sucked. But I built those loads very quickly because I didn't have time to work on more than that. So I went to Africa and had a great hunt with this rifle. Then I came back and I shot those old loads to show what it was doing. And everybody complained. But I pointed out that that's just getting started working with this rifle. So here are what I did. Here is what I did just last night. First of all, I determined that I had made a mistake in my resizing. When I resized these things, instead of doing a full-length resize, I went with my traditional bolt action work, which is to minimally resize. That means just push the shoulder back a little bit. And a bolt action will cam that in to match up nicely with the chamber to improve accuracy. Doesn't work in a single shot when you single feed. So I was getting some difficulty getting my cartridges in. Well, now that I have gone to a full-length resize, that's not an issue. The next thing was seating depth on my bullets. I had them within 10 thousandths of the lands, which is a bit too close for copper bullets. So I worked on my seating depth and I've got them now 35 thousandths off the lands, and they seem to be shooting really well. Downstream here I have a target that I shot late last night with some test rounds. And what I did was I loaded up different quantities of powder, working my way up the scale, something we traditionally do as hand loaders. Those 3 loads, even though they were roughly a grain apart in powder quantity, ended up shooting sub-MOA. So I'm thinking now I found a load that I really like. I'm going to try 3 of them at my middle load. It's getting 3,017 feet per second, which is screaming fast for this particular load. That's usually what happens with Hammer bullets. You'll also notice that I now have tips on my bullets. This is something new that Hammer's trying. They actually sent me the plastic or polymer tips separate from the bullets, and I had to put them on myself. So we're going to see how well those shoot. So this will be the first 3-shot group with this new load. This is a half grain under book performance level at the top. And I didn't notice any excessive pressure with these. So let's just see what they do. I have my Garmin chronograph ready to go here. We just need to put 3 shots downrange. See how they set up on that target. Oh, one other thing I'm doing is that I'm keeping my front rest closer to the action, as you can see right here. Because we have a barrel that's attached to the fore end, putting pressure up here can alter. We're going to work on that a lot more later, but for now we're just going to keep things nice and tight like this. Here we go. Stay, sit, stay. Dog's not listening very well. Okay, where are we here? Oh, yes. Oh, before I shoot, I want to dial down. I was a good 3.5 inches high. So let's come down. Should have come down 2.5 inches. That should put us in the red. A little hard to see the holes when you land in the red, but we'll try our best. Looks like it's up and a little bit to the right. That sound right?
I don't know what target were you shooting at?
Center bull and a red one.
The yellow red?
3,004 feet per second. Center bull and the yellow target. The red center bull.
Looks like you were straight up.
All right. Straight up is what we like. I think I'm seeing something a little bit off to the right, but
Oh, maybe there's 2 holes there.
no, there's 3 holes straight up, and then in the red there's nothing.
Oh, I can't see that.
Yeah, red's hard to see. 3,006 feet per second. Getting good consistency with this load. This one was 3,009. Woohoo! Watch this. We're going to run through this. 3004.6 feet per second, 3005.9 feet per second, and 3009.3 feet per second. Standard deviation of 2.7 feet per second. That is nice consistency there. Woohoo! Okay, I have to credit me with shots being a little bit out on that first shot, but I think we can see that we've got some really great consistency, and I think I've got a load here I can work with. So down the road, I'll be tweaking these just a smidgen more. But before we finish up with this one, I've got another load here, and I'm working with a heavier bullet. This is the Barnes TTS X, an all copper bullet, and I'm just working up my pressure load. So I'm starting with 46 grains of a certain powder, and then I'm going to move up to 47 and then 48, which is just a little bit under the book's recommended top end. And we'll see what sort of performance we're getting out of those. So I'm going to start a new session. Okay, we'll see how consistent these are and at what velocity they're stepping out. Starting with the lightest load of the bunch. This would probably be a elk moose load for me. The previous one, 132 grain bullet, would be for deer, pronghorn, that sort of thing. So let's just see what this guy does. That felt really good. Yes, it did fly high. It's straight up. 2,560 feet per second for that one. All right, this is the next grain up. Just to the left of it and a little bit low. 2551.8. These seem to be working pretty well too. Now remember, there's a grain difference in each one of these. I'm having a little trouble with this one. Maybe I didn't push that one through the full length resizer. No, that's right. Okay. That's right there with it. That looks like that might even be a half-inch goop right there. Woohoo!
Let's go look.
Yeah, we'll go down. I'm going to check for pressure signs now. Nothing felt any different. No. You can tell it's a little bit flatter. That last load at 48 grains was a little fatter, and it was doing 2642.5. But I am not seeing excessive pressure signs on any of these, so I think I can increase a little bit if I want to. 2642 with 168 grain bullet. Elk aren't going to like that. So we're going to keep that data here. That's how things are progressing with the SD-10. I think we can see we're shooting a lot better now that I'm resizing these properly, and I found my seating depth. I seated these TTSX bullets the same as I did the hammers. So I think we found some pretty nice consistency that this rifle really likes copper bullets. And so do I, so pretty good. Okay, here are the lousy groups that this lousy rifle shoots. A lot of people said I should send this thing back. It's a piece of junk. Well, I was just getting started, guys. And now that I found some good loads, look what we're getting here. Now, this was last night with 3 different levels of powder, but look at how consistent it was even that way. That is just under an inch at 0.9. 0.9 on that guy. And then this one I just shot. My fault on this. I kind of got a little bit excited, because I knew I was going to shoot well with it, so I proceeded to not. But this one's also coming in at about an inch or just under. Yeah, just under an inch. Yeah, right at an inch on that one. I know I can do better. Now here's the new load, 168 grain tip triple shock. Look at that baby. Wow, we're getting down there under 3/4 of an inch or so. Center to center, a little further out than that. That looks pretty close right there. That comes in at 0.6, just a little over a ½ inch. So there is your SD-10 single shot falling block rifle from Parkwest Arms. Not only does it look beautiful, it shoots beautifully. So I'm ready to go deer hunting, elk hunting, just about anything hunting. Now this is a stalking rifle. What does that mean? A stalking rifle is designed for just that, stalking. You're hiking, you're covering a lot of country. You want a lightweight, handy little rifle. Also one that functions quickly when it's needed. So I can whip this into action and swing it And it's just sweet, beautiful, beautifully balanced, fun to carry. You spot your game, you stalk as close as you possibly can, and you make one perfect shot. Knowing that it is accurate enough to reach out with precision to 300-400 yards just adds a little icing to the cake. That's the Parkwest Arms SD-10, one beautiful looking and beautiful shooting rifle. Hey, thanks everyone for sticking with me and not throwing the baby out with the bathwater on this one. I'm going to be doing some hunting with it this fall. We'll keep you posted on it. If I work up some new loads, we'll maybe do something on that too. But right now, I'm pretty satisfied that I've got a great deer load and a great elk and moose load right here. All I need now are some tags and some hunts. We'll see you all next time. Best of luck with all your favorite rifles. Hunt honest and shoot straight.